It seems like woke is the new politically correct. Both terms went through an evolution that diluted their meaning and became a label to box in people we don't agree with. But if we remove the term, the underlying issues still remain. I mean, the issues that we're talking about here are social injustice, apparently now vaccine status from our last segment, talking about Pierre Poilievre, what he mentioned about it. I'm curious, Trinity, how would you say that we can have good conversations around woke topics without just slapping woke on it and, just kind of dismissing everybody's answer, I guess?
I think exactly what you said, without slapping woke on it. I think it would be helpful to take the label away and actually just look at the issue instead of just saying, well, let's talk about this woke topic. It's like, well, let's talk about the topic. Let's actually see what's on the table instead of just having an opinion that's not based on actual facts and reality.
So why does woke even matter?
I think it matters because of cancel culture. And that's what I think is going to lead to us having more open conversations about all these kind of touchy topics. Like in the streeters, no one even wanted to talk about woke. It's because everyone's afraid of being canceled, being ridiculed by their friends, family, and publicly. So I think first we have to get rid of cancel culture. And then we can have more open conversations where people actually feel comfortable expressing their views if they don't align with mainstream media's current opinion.
Chris, you made a good point, and it just kind of sparked a thought in my head. So instead of saying woke, should I just say, how do you feel about vaccine status? Or how do you feel about, like, anything that is a touchy topic?
It's funny because I almost feel like when you breach topics like that, I've done it this way, where I'll say, listen, I just want to hear your opinion. I'm not going to hate you either way. Let's just have a conversation, right? And it brings that guard down where everyone has a guard up because of woke culture and cancel culture, right? Where it's like when you go to someone to talk about a harder topic like that, where there's differing opinions and there's people ready to fight on either side, just bringing that in, saying, listen, I'm not going to hate you. Like, your opinion's your opinion. You're allowed to have it. And just broaching it that way is, I think, the best way to go about having those conversations.
I think Josh is right. I mean, it takes removing the human being and even your own identity from some of the ideas you have. So we're going to argue about an idea. I'm not attacking you personally.
Yeah.
We're going to argue about this idea. And we're going to talk about, the facts, figures, and all these kind of things that attach to this idea. But I'm not attacking you personally. I'm not going to hate you as a person or cancel you, because we're simply discussing an idea. That's how we move forward.
It's like the bias, because you made a good point. People get their guard up so much because of the bias that they have in their own life, depending on whether it's, racial issues or vaccine status, whether you're vaccinated or not. Trini, what are your thoughts? Like, how can we lower that bias? Is it, you agree with Josh, just saying, hey, listen, you can say what you want?
I think it's good to acknowledge your bias and then approach a topic. Be like, hey, this is kind of, I know I have this bias, but let's discuss it openly. And even like you said, you're not hating a person saying, okay, I hate you, or like let's make an environment to be able to have those discussions and it not be such a personal attack on people.
Why would you guys say that these kind of conversations are important? Real quick, Josh, what do you think?
I mean, they're all very important topics, right? That's why they attach the word woke to it, right? If it wasn't that important, woke culture wouldn't care, right? So at the end of the day, they are topics that need to be discussed, but you can't have an actual discussion without differing opinions.
Yeah.
Right? Otherwise it's literally just you're just pushing the same ideology, and it becomes, it doubles down every single time, but there's no actual room for change, growth, or anything of that sort.
Yeah, we need to be comfortable with disagreement.
100%.
Monologues, not dialogues.
Yeah.
Or sorry, dialogues, not monologues.
There we go.
Guys, thank you so much. We're going to end it off with Chris's stumble there at the end. But I actually thought that this was a really productive conversation. No matter what side of the debate you stand on, it's clear that conversations around wokeism are uncomfortable for a lot of people because the word has become so polarized. But I encourage you guys to do your own research on the history of wokeism, but more importantly, like we engaged in segment 4, the issues, even if we don't agree on them, okay? Thank you for joining us on today's show. We'll be back next week with another episode of My Generation. In the meantime, we definitely want to hear from you, especially if you have any thoughts around the issue. Send us an email, but definitely join us in the conversation of My Generation on all social media platforms, and we'll be happy to hear from you. With that, we'll end off with this. Do not simply accept what you're told. Challenge your thinking, engage in differences, and listen to new perspectives. I look forward to hearing from all of you and your thoughts on this issue. We'll see you in the next episode.